Welcome everybody. Hello, my name's McQueeb. Great to see ya. If you're not new to my channel, you've probably seen me play this game a little bit over the last couple of weeks. I am absolutely obsessed with it. So today I thought I'd give you a little bit of a primer, walk you through sort of the starting zones a little bit, and sort of explain what's going on. Very special thanks to today's sponsor. That is, of course, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. From photography and illustration to graphic design, freelancing, social media, and more, you can find classes that will match your goals and your interests. I found a huge library of courses in Twitch and YouTube production, from setting up a stream to creating engaging content that will draw people in. And I found this really cool class about how to create hand-drawn GIFs in Adobe Photoshop. Super handy for creating emotes on Twitch. The best news? Skillshare is entirely ad-free, so you can stay focused on what's important. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description below or use code McQueeb will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So what is Backpack Hero? Backpack Hero is essentially a dungeon crawler. You're given a very small backpack. Every time you level up, that backpack grows, and your objective is to stack items in that backpack that will help you along your journey. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated than it sounds, and a lot of mathematics, a lot of strategy, a lot of synergy is required to get to end game. It's a lot more difficult than it seems. So let me walk you through it. This is where you start every run. You've got Matthew down the bottom if you have a successful or semi-successful run prior to that. And Matthew is kind of like when you start a game of Slay the Spire, right? You're given the option to choose a boss relic, maybe, discard an item, whatever, right? So he's kind of that in this. You can start with 2 uncommon items, gain 10 max HP, become an archer, get a rare item. Normally when I play on stream, I choose the get a rare item because it's kind of fun picking up a single item that could potentially lead into something else. Keep in mind though, whatever you think your run's gonna look like may not be what you end the run with. Deal 7 damage, this one. It takes up 3 slots in your backpack. For each adjacent or diagonal item destroyed, this item gets +1 damage this combat. We're going to ignore that for now. We're going to start with our wooden sword, which is 7 damage flat, our shield, which is 7 block flat, and a meal. A meal, we have 2 uses. Each use adds 2 energy. Once it's consumed, gone. Now, as you can see, our backpack is completely full to begin with. This is the biggest hurdle in the game. This is the thing you'll be fighting against the most. Your storage capacity is the limited thing in this game, and you're going to be fighting against it almost the entire game. Now you're probably curious why the game is presented in a square in the center of the screen. Currently, the game is only available on the web. That should, if the devs have hinted the way I think they're going, be changing very quickly. It's available for free to play. It's on itch. I'll leave a link in the description, of course. And they also have a Kickstarter. You can pre-order the game. You can back the Kickstarter for $12. If the game launches, you get a Steam copy of the game. I have a feeling they're going to launch it about $15. That isn't confirmed. That's just me speculating. All right, moving on. These little skulls here are fights. You want to take as many fights as possible because when you level up, your experience allows you to increase the capacity of your backpack. You've got locked doors, you've got medics, healers, and then you've got chests also hidden behind locked doors. But let's take a fight. Let's explain what's going on. It's going to be a little bit confusing to begin with, but if you've played any sort of RPG dungeon crawler game before, any roguelike like that, you're gonna pick it up pretty quickly. So this is me on the left. I'm a pack rat, even though I'm very cute and don't quite look like a rat. You see this number above my head? That's energy. That's the number, the amount of energy I can spend per turn. So for example, my sword costs 1 energy to use. I could do that 3 times if I chose. And then once the energy's gone, unless you have some free items to use, it's end turn. So you've got to be very careful how you spend that energy, especially when you're being attacked. So we're coming up against the slime here. The slime is going to attack me for 7 during his turn, and then this little guy, the rat wolf, is going to be defending for 13. Ideally, I'd like to take this guy out now, but I can't, alright, because 7 damage times 3 is 21. He's got 28 health. I'm not going to be able to do that. So what I will do is block once. You see my energy goes down to 2, and then I get 7 armor or 7 block, as it's called in this game. Now I could eat my food, which gives me energy, and probably come close to winning this run, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to save that for an emergency. If I don't use it and we need to replace it with something else, so be it. It's fine. I am also going to attack the slime first, because this guy is, believe it or not, less of a threat. I'm going to spend my remaining energy, that's 2, by attacking twice. Pretty straightforward, right? Down to 14 health. Most of these beginning runs go pretty much the same. I'm going to end turn there. This guy's going to attack me. My block will absorb that. And then this guy's going to shield up himself. Now that's actually perfect, right? Because him shielding means we don't need to defend against him. Now he is going to be attacking us. He's going to attack us for 8. My shield is 7. I'm still going to block once so I can take out the slime. The slime's about to cast regeneration on himself. Any sort of buff that you get will decrease by 1 each turn. Again, very similar to games like Slay the Spire, any other roguelike or RPG that you've seen that's turn-based. Most of those buffs decrease by 1 each turn. So, I'm going to block once. I'm going to take 1 damage, but that's not too bad. And health in this game is the same as any other roguelike. It's a resource that you can use. It's finite, and when it runs out, well, we'll know what happens then. But I'm going to block anyway. Still going to attack this guy twice. Which will kill him, so there'll be no more slime to deal with, which means there'll be no attacking phase next turn. This guy has 13 defense, which is very high. If I was to attack him instead, I would only be doing 1 damage to him. 7 by 2, 14, 13 block, 1 spillover. You get it. It's easy. We end turn, I'm going to take 1 damage. Boom. So now he has 15 armor. The only thing I can really do here, again, without eating this meal, is just to attack him. I'm going to hit him for probably, if my math is correct, 6 damage? 7 damage. 6, 7? Whatever. So he's going to cast his shield again. Now he's attacking again. So this cycle seems to be repeating or alternating each turn. All of the enemies do different things. Some of them have buffs. Some of them have really hardcore hitting buffs. There's some that cast poison on you. Poison's a real big problem in this game. So I'm going to be blocking once and attacking twice. Attacking twice did nothing because he had 15 shield or block there. End turn. That's a wash. That's a trade-off. I'm going to attack 3 times. And he now has 2 health remaining. End turn. Going to block again. He's going to hit me for 11 this time. If I was unable to kill him right now, I'd be blocking twice. That's a little bit too much damage for comfort. I don't want to take that much damage this early on. Alright, so we're going to attack 3 times, and he dies. We win. After the first fight, you level up. Now this is your level up screen. So ordinarily you'd get experience or an item or whatever from leveling up. Not so much here. You increase the size of your bag. And this is where a little bit of strategy comes in. I'm gonna go, well, it doesn't really matter this time. I'm gonna go 3 down the bottom, 1 up the top. So I got 4 spaces to use. The next time I level up, we'll get another 4. The next time after that, we get 3. And then you get 3 and 3, 3, and then I think you get 2 and then 1 for the final one, just to fill out the grid. So the grid is one thing that is very interesting in this. This base character, the pack rat, has a grid about yay big that you get to fill up any which way. Now that limits your creativity a little bit, and you're gonna have to get really careful about how you use that space. Space is the most important thing in this game. All right, a lot going on here. So we've got a new weapon, the Vampire Blade. Costs 1 energy, deals 2 vampirism. Vampirism absorbs energy from, absorbs health from an enemy and gives it back to you. Now that sounds good on paper, and it can be good. There's a little bit of an issue at the moment with this version of the game. Remember, this is like a game jam game that they threw up on the web. It's about to become a fully fledged game. So there's going to be a lot of balancing. There's going to be, I think on the Kickstarter they met several new characters, maybe new game modes. I think they hit the Nintendo Switch stretch goal. Like, it's blowing up right now. So you're going to see a ton of changes. But I am already obsessed with what I see. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the food. So if you don't use it, you lose it. I'm going to grab... You're allowed to take 3 items after a fight. I'm going to grab the helmet. Helmets are really cool. Very important. Now, looking at this, it's a passive item. Adjacent clothings get +1 block. Helmets to the right get -1 block. So that's so that if you stack helmets, which you can do, there's certain helmets that it's very beneficial to do that. Subsequently down the line, they don't get stronger and stronger and stronger. There's kind of a debuff or a negative to be stacking those. Sometimes the positives outweigh the negatives, not always. I'm going to take 1 helmet. Every turn that gives us 2 block. Because I don't have any armor at the moment or any other clothing, it's not going to give a synergy to that item. I'm going to take the key. Keys become very important, but you'll notice keys also take up 1 entire slot. It's another thing to think about. I'm going to take some cash. I'm going to take the Mana Stone. Might get a chance to explain that. And I'm going to take the Acidic Potion. Deals 12 damage to all enemies. And that's it. That's my selection done. So I can still mix and match. And during this screen, I can actually rearrange stuff. You'll notice when we were in combat, you can't rearrange anything. You can use a turn or use 3 energy to rearrange, but that comes with it pretty significant downsides as well. Enemies have a chance to, buff themselves, block, attack, do whatever. Meanwhile, you're rummaging through your bag trying to figure out what's going on. If you make a mistake and deactivate several key items for your build, you may need to do that. You'll be forced into a rearrange, and that's a scary thing, man. Okay, I'm finished. We're gonna move on. We have a key, so I'm gonna go here. Good, I'm gonna unlock the door straight away. Now, there's several strategies to using keys. There's a chest on the other side of this door. An early chest could essentially make the run. So I'm gonna use the key. Now, not only does using a key give us access to the chest, but it frees up that inventory spot where it was. So we move over to the chest. Open that, and lo and behold, we get a few really cool items. So, this is one of the helmets that I was talking about. It adds 2 spikes per turn to the player and 1 block. Now, because I already have a helmet giving us block, you'll notice that each turn adds 0 block. You'll see that in the 3rd sort of section there, and that's because there's a helmet next to it. We still get the spikes though. In order for that to be active, this particular helmet has to be at the very top to take advantage of that. I'm gonna take I'm going to get rid of this. The damage to all. Now that might sound silly, but it's a consumable, and I'd rather use that very valuable backpack space for something else. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to grab the hatchet. So the hatchet has a 0 energy cost. You can only use it once per turn. And because I have armor in my backpack, its value is very, very decreased right now. So it does a base damage of 5 as long as you're not wearing any armor. So you can go for like a berserker build, no armor at all, a ton of hatchets, and maybe you can buff those somehow. You can use them for free. There's a refresh stone you can get. I think it's called coal. That's a legendary item. You can use it at the cost of 1 energy, and it refreshes anything within that row. So there's tons and tons of strategy, and we haven't even gotten to the worst of it yet, and that's the mathematics involved in some of these builds. Yeah, because armor is present, it gets a -4 damage, so it's down to 1. Hey, 1 damage is still 1 damage. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, right? Moving on. Let's go to the next fight. Oh, I missed a fight. We'll go back for that one later. I highly recommend taking as many fights as you can, unless you're in a situation where you have to skip past fights because they're too dangerous. But if you're in that situation, there's a lot more going on you need to be looking at. All right, this is the same fight, so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. Block, attack, attack. I can now attack for an extra damage. End turn. Piggy bank. Okay, so I'm going to use that reorganize function right now. Actually, you know what? Check this. This here is an item that gives you 10 HP and 1 energy. It costs nothing, right, to use. So I'm going to use that. Check this out. This is going to be pretty clever. When you throw this, it does 6 damage. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to throw that at this guy. This guy's going to regen for 6. Has 5 now. We'll let him do that. It's fine. Well, actually, you know what? Since this guy's blocking, let's use that. Oh, we get the kill here. Check this. All right, I'm going to reorganize. Bring over the piggy bank. Finish reorganizing. You'll notice that just cost us 3 energy. I'm now going to attack this guy. Done. Early. He's out of there. We got that extra energy because of the frothy drink. And then you throw the cup at him after that. It's like a final F you. All right. End turn. He's attacking. We're going to take damage. Not much I can do about that. It's fine. I could have potentially blocked there, but I think cutting down the number of enemies you're going up against is probably more important. 7 damage. We'll deal with that later. Whatever. You'll notice down here as well, now that we're a couple of turns in, I have 4 spikes attached. Every time I get attacked by something, that attacking entity takes 4 damage on top of whatever else. We have a passive 2 shield because of our helmet. He's about to block, so we attack, 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 and then we'll hit him for another 1 again. End turn. Now he's about to attack us. We block once. Our 7 block from the shield becomes 9 because we had 2 already. And attacking is pointless here, but we'll do it anyway. Attack, attack, and attack with the hatchet. So sometimes if your shield is capable of adding extra buffs, like haste is super good. Haste, the number of haste you have every time something applies a block value to your character, it adds the value of the haste, and it can stack really fast. Haste on a shield is ridiculous. It's so good. Anyway, this guy dies. He's had a good day. See you later. Yeah, if you've got a shield that does that kind of thing or adds spikes, you may opt to just defend, defend, defend. Choose 4 spaces. Alright, so I'm going to do... Let's have a look. I'm going to go out wide here, and I'm going to go down here this time. Get items. Well, did you look at that? Okay. One thing I didn't point out, at the end of each combat, at the end of a fight, this creates 2 gold. It's a nice little passive income as you go along. Money's really important as well, but money also takes up a slot. I have ditched 50 coin before because I needed the space more than I needed the 50 coin. It really tests your economic priority. Alright, I'm going to take another spiked helmet. Let's move these along. So what I could do here, a little bit interesting. I'm going to move one of these down here. And you're like, McQueeb, that's weird. Why are you doing that? Because it's still currently at the top, right? It's still currently where it should be. Let me just double check my math here. Adjacent clothings get +1 block. Yeah. So there's 2 terms that you should get used to. Adjacent, which means cardinally adjacent. So for example, this right here is a mana stone. This would be adjacent to that mana stone, right? This one down here isn't adjacent to this. It's diagonal from that. And that's the other term to get used to. There's a couple of weapons down here. There's an uncommon Berserker's Club. Free to use, but costs you 2 damage every time you use it. And then not only that, every time you use it, I think it decreases its own damage by 2. That one needs a lot of work to bring up to speed and to become sort of usable where long term it becomes like a viable weapon. And the next item I'm going to take is this one here, because this takes advantage of our mana stone that we collected earlier. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put the ring here. You can put these in any order, but there's some that have requisites. So for example, these spiked helmets need to be at the top in order to be usable. So what this does, when you use it, you get 4 block, right? So it's a nice little bonus buffer for damage incoming. And it uses a different resource. This time it uses magic. Mana stones come in 3 different flavors: small, medium, and large. 1 magic, one mana, 2 mana, or 3 mana, and they get incrementally larger. There's a couple of other items that carry mana with it. For the moment, let's focus on this. When I use this gets absorbed. The mana stone stays there and it gets refreshed at the beginning of the next fight. So that's... You're kind of now looking at the difference between a magical weapon or item and the physical that uses energy, or anything that uses energy. Let's move on. Go back to this fight over here. 2 slimes this time. Okay. Same thing, nothing's going to change. In fact... Okay, interesting. Check this. I'm going to use, for this turn, right, I'm going to use my broken ring. That gives me 4 block. So I am now defending for 7. He's going to hit me for 8. I still can't take him out, but we can get really close. So let's go attack, attack, attack. And instead of using the hatchets now, which do 1 damage each, on this guy, it's a waste, because my next turn I'm still going to need my weapon to take him out. So I'm going to switch to the different enemy down here. I'm going to attack him twice for 2 damage. It's irrelevant either way, because he's going to probably heal up on his next turn. We'll see. We'll see. All of these different buffs and debuffs happen in different orders. For example, poison at the very, very top of the list. That happens before, I think, anything else. We're lucky. I didn't even think of this. This is where we're starting to get into a bit of a deeper algebraic equations. This guy's going to attack us for 8. We're going to take 1 damage. But when he attacks us, he takes 4 because of our spikes from the 2 helmets, right? If we attacked him twice here, he's down to 5. He'll be down to 1 health on the next turn, which is still beneficial because we can kill him with a hatchet. But we might have been able to finagle it if we had enough damage so that he kills himself. Even better. It's the icing on the cake. Alright, end turn. He attacks, we take 1, he takes 4. This guy... Okay, interesting, good. So he casts regen on himself, but that doesn't take place until the following turn. We'll deal with that later. This guy now has 3 health. Did I miscalculate there? Why did he regain 2? I make a lot of mistakes playing this game. No. That's because... Yeah. I get it. That's if we would have used the hatchets on him, which we should have done. All good. Moving on. This guy's going to attack us. Can we kill him is the question. We do 21 with this, +1/+1. We cannot. So we block once. Do I care about 4 damage? Yeah, we're starting to approach big damage, and I'm down to 32 already. You'll notice I can't use this now, because the mana that we used is expended. We have no way of regenerating that at the moment, and we can't use it again. It doesn't refill itself, so that's done. We'll block once, attack, and that's it. That's all we can do. I'm happy with that. This time he's done for. Attack. Gone. We get $2 from the piggy bank, and now we have some armor. Let's check the map. Let's see what's up here. Alright, we have a healer here. We've got a locked door here with the chest on the other side. I'm going to ignore the armor for now. I'm going to take the key. You're probably like, McQueeb, what are these purple things down here? They're bricks. Why would I put bricks in my backpack? Excellent question. I can't explain that. But you can build structures in your backpack. They're passive defense, much like regular armor. However, they work sort of alongside other structures. So for example, this by itself does absolutely nothing. If I put it in here, it does nothing. What's interesting as well is that it's a heavy item. So if I want to put it at the top, I can't. It falls to the bottom. This game's so fucking clever. Okay. If I had this in my backpack by itself, it does nothing. If I had this and this, each one of these sort of play off each other. So this gets +1 block from this, and this gets +1 block from that. 2 block passively, right? The bigger the structure, the more connections you have. The more rare version of this is a 2x1, and it also has the additional attribute of being able to affect the diagonal attachments as well. I know this is a lot. I know. Bear with me. I'm not going to take this. This would be great, but I don't have the room right now. One thing as well to pay attention to is the amount of experience you have versus when you're going to level up. So we need 11 XP. We might be able to level up on the next fight. Maybe not. So I'll take the key for now. What I'm going to do is unlock the path to this door so we can get rid of the key as soon as possible. And same fight again. I'm just going to rush through this. We attack. He's got 1 health remaining. We finish him off with a hatchet. That's how it should have gone last time. He's going to attack us for 8. We definitely can't even... if we block, we can't do anything to him. So let's just block once end turn. Now he takes damage. 1, 2, 3. That's 21, 22, 23. And end turn. He's going to block again. He now has 34 effective health. Sorry, 31. I've done 12-hour streams of this, and let me tell you, by the end of that stream, as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm done. I am out. My brain is fried. Let's defend once. And attack. Yeah, nothing. Okay, never mind. Look at that. Finish him with a hatchet. Meanwhile, all this time, after every single fight, we've been earning an extra $2 plus whatever the fight gave us. So that's really good. This is awesome. One of my favorite items in the game right here. I'm going to ditch this wooden sword, which takes up 3 slots. And I'm going to pick up the club. It takes up 2 slots, does 7 damage. So it's exactly the same damage as this. But it also adds 1 weakness to the enemy. If somebody's going to attack us for 7 and we hit them with this club once, they're going to attack us for 6. We hit them twice, they're going to attack us for 5. See where this is going. This shouldn't be a common item. I've mentioned this to the devs. I think they're going to up the value of it. They're going to change it somehow. A lot of rebalancing coming in, by the way. Interesting. We have a Tasty Fly. Tasty Fly gives us a discount at shops. We don't have any shops on this floor, so I'm not even going to bother with it. Instead, I'm going to take this heal since we're at 32 from 40. And also gives us a cup to throw at someone as well. Next fight. I did get the key. Let's open that door. Done. Now, what I'm going to do is not go for this. You notice we're at 18 from 20, so the next fight will level us up. But I'm not going to go open the chest yet, because we probably want space to pick up whatever's in that chest, or at least we want the option to be able to pick it up. So let's go for another fight. I'm going to go for the fight that's guarding the healer. Same fight again. No problem. I'm going to drink this. This costs nothing to drink. It heals me for 10 HP. We're back at max. No sweat. I'm going to throw the cup. Boom. I'm going to activate my... Oh, would you look at that? No need to use this right now, because we're about to kill this guy. 1, 2, 3. You'll notice his attack's down to 3, by the way. So even if we couldn't attack, doesn't matter. 1. Done. And we'll use the last hatchet over here. He's still going to defend for 15. No sweat. Now's a different story. So I'm going to activate this so that we absolutely do not take damage under any circumstances right now. Because I'm going to hit him with the club 3 times. That's going to lower his attack from 8 to 5. So we're fully defended. 1, 2, 3. We break through the armor. We finally do life point damage. Hit him with a couple of hatchets. So he's got 35 health. When he attacks us, he's going to take another 7 on top of that. This is going smoothly. I love it. He's still not done. That's a shame. We'll get him next turn, though. Great soundtrack. Some of the sounds can get a little bit grating, especially later in the game when you're activating items multiple times, hitting multiple enemies. Again, this is a web game right now. You can play this on your mobile phone. You guys have mobiles, right? So he's got 20 effective damage now. We can hit him for 21 just with our club alone. Bam, bam, bam. Good night. We level up. Okay. I'm going to continue along a really weird strategy here. We get 3 spaces this time. I'm going to build there. I'm going to build there, and I'm going to build there. Yep. So I'm doing this for a very specific reason. There's a couple of items that work better or simply work. Some get deactivated if they have other items touching them. So, for example, there's a gem you can get. It looks like a coin. If it has any items touching it at all, even diagonally, it's deactivated, but it gives you 1 energy. It's super strong. So that's the kind of item you want to isolate as much as you can. But because backpack space is a premium, at minimum, that requires 3 blank spaces in a full backpack, right? 1 energy is often worth that, though. Anyway, I'm good with that. Done. Let's get our items. Have a quick look here. Cool. We get another mana stone. This is no longer at the top, so it's not going to be working where it is. Let me do some quick think here. I'm going to move this guy here, this guy here. This guy here. And then I'm going to add this. This is an uncommon item. It takes up a square, but we're finally starting to see some items that improve other ones, right? So any connected armor, so that's shoes, hats, chest pieces, whatever, get an additional block. So by putting it here, this gets +1 block. It's now 3. This also gets +1 block. What else do I want from here? I'm just doing quick math in my head. I'm going to take the rose every turn. That gives us +1 spikes. So while the helmets give us +2 and need to be at the top, the Rose of Thorns gives us +1. So I would probably, if I had to, like if backpack space was at its limit, I would replace the Rose with another spiked helm, maybe. So now, every single turn, we get 5 spikes. On the following turn, that 5 gets decreased by 1 to 4, but then we get another 5, so we're at 9 on the second turn. We're already looking really good. Another weapon here, a weapon that hits all, which is pretty interesting. Deals 3 damage to all enemies, which by itself at the moment sounds pretty lame. It kind of is, but hitting all enemies is a huge deal. We're not going to take it. The other modifier that gets is that all bonuses are halved. So it's kind of, it's a common item for a reason, right? Got a magic wand here. Not really interested in that. What this does is removes 50% of all status effects on an enemy. Not interested at the moment. I'll take the ring. The ring gives us +5 max HP. Totally fine. We got a little fish here, which gives 4 regen. Fights need to last essentially 4 turns for that to take full effect. But you activate it, on the following turn it gives you 4 HP, on the following turn it gives you 3, following 2, so forth and so on until it's depleted. That's it, we're done. Cool. So there's a healer here. We can visit that healer right now. You'll notice my health with the ring has gone up to a max of 45. I'm not going to heal that because chances are we're going to get rid of the ring. Although, let's go to the chest first because we're not going to level again this floor. So now's the best time. Okay, we've got a massive weapon. Takes up 4 slots. Costs 1 energy, does 4 damage to all. If this has another weapon next to it, that 4 damage to all gets decreased to 1. This is an odd one. It's a common item again, but it can become very, very powerful under the right circumstances. Probably not going to get into that today. Spiky Club, 7 damage. Adds 1 slow. So slow, if you have it on you, decreases your block amount by that much. I'm probably not going to bother with that either. Because this, even though this is uncommon, I think this is better. I guess we'll take this. This costs 5 HP to use, but it gives us 2 energy. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's go to the healer. We are here to protect the brave, yes. There's a couple of options here, right? You can remove curses. We didn't even get into that today. You can heal yourself at 25. I take that option sometimes, depending on my build and where I'm at. But what we're going to do is spend 8 gold to gain 5 max HP. And that's a passive you can take every time you see a new healer. If I chose to do nothing and then leave this square, the healer disappears. So you've really got to make those choices in the moment. But I definitely think 8 coin is the best use of that. So definitely check your cash before you go to a healer. If I had 7 coin and I went there, too bad. I can either heal myself to full and spend 7, spend 5, which is a waste in my opinion. When I said coins are very important as well, I meant it. I only get rid of that under slimmest circumstance. All right, let's fight the 2 slimes over here. And I'm going to activate an item this time. And I'll show you what that looks like. So we're getting attack for 6. I don't think that's going to be a problem right now. Let's use the disgusting food. So I'm going to take 5 damage now. But I get 2 energy, so I have 5 right now. So this guy dies in 4 because we can do math. 7 by 4 is 28. This guy's about to cast regen. I can hit him for 7. Dump this on, and he has 19 remaining. This is going to be cake. Now remember when I said that our second turn goes up to 9 damage? You can see how quickly this can escalate. It's really cool the way this stuff works. He's about to attack us for 7. I probably wouldn't block here, even if I had to, but we don't have to. He dies. Get items. Okay, so there's the uncommon item I was talking about before, the brick that sort of plays off the diagonals as well. It takes up 2 slots, but it's worth it. We got some lucky items here, another key, a bow. I always opt to take luck rings. Luck rings are so important. At the end of a fight, the higher your luck stat, the better the items, potentially, the larger the item pool, right? It can include, or a better chance to include higher value items. The key mightn't be a bad idea. Actually, I would take the key instead of the ring. Our health goes back down. No big deal right now. Yeah, let's move on. So that was the first floor in Backpack Hero. A lot's happened, right? We've leveled several times. We've picked up a couple. This is a decent build right now. It's a bit of a jack of all trades. There's not a lot going on, but it has a lot of potential. So that's the thing as well, right? You can be dead set on a build. You're like, I'm gonna become an archer. I'm gonna become a magician. The game may not give you what you want, and oftentimes that happens. I've had to reverse course dozens and dozens of times based on how I wanted the run goes to go versus what the game gives me. Yeah, that was the first floor. This is the second floor. Let's check the map real quick. We can have a quick look at what's going on. Oh, this is a very scant floor. All right, quick fight. So I'm going to rush through these pretty hard right now. I'm going to activate this. We're going to take... it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to get attacked for 15 here. I can't kill anyone outright. Let's block this again. That's 13. I'm going to take 2 damage. No, I'm not, because I'm going to attack this guy 3 times. His attack goes down. We're going to get attacked for 10. We're totally defended. And I'm going to attack this guy with the remainder. So this guy here, I probably should have taken out first, because see this question mark? He's about to curse us. I'll explain that as you go along. Curses are a very interesting mechanic. Sometimes you can use them to your advantage. Most often not. End turn. No damage. They each take a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. If I was smart, I would have used the hatchet on this guy because of our spike value. So now you've been cursed, right? What's a curse? This particular one, there's multiple types. Removes 2 HP each turn. You do not want this sitting in your backpack for an extended amount of time. Very easy to forget about, and if you don't get rid of it, it's bad. This one allows us to use it, which means the item gets destroyed. If we don't use it at the end of combat, it's destroyed anyway. But the worst thing, it takes up a spot in my inventory. So instead of dealing with that, I'm going to skip curse. We're going to take 3 damage for the privilege to skip the curse. Sometimes that's not necessarily a good idea, because the more you skip, the higher that damage value goes. So you really have to weigh up your options. Sometimes I've had to get rid of really great items because I would prefer to take whatever curse we were given instead of the damage. Curses can come in 3 different sizes as well. One takes up 1 spot. The medium size takes up 1 by 2, so 2 squares. And then the big one takes up a 2 by 2. 4 squares wasted. I most often take damage if that's the case. Yeah. The problem is with curses as well, if we were forced to take that, wherever we put it, let's say I want to replace, I don't know, my Rose of Thorns, no big deal, right? We replace that, the Rose of Thorns is ejected out of the backpack. When you close the backpack, it's gone. But no, I think that was brain fart. But you can't reorganize your backpack during that scene. You can only, drag and drop essentially. So let's say I had a 2 by 2 and I dropped it in these 4 squares here. We would lose, well, one, we'd have a giant red circular curse sitting here, but the shield would also disappear. So yeah, you do really have to weigh up your options. Now we're back in combat. We're gonna attack with these. These do 2 damage, no problem, he's gone. We're gonna get cursed again, funnily enough, because I should have attacked this guy first. I'm gonna take 3 damage. He's gonna kill himself. Now I wonder if we still get cursed. Let's see what happens first. The attack happens first, or the curse happens first. He hits us, kills himself, we don't get cursed. Perfect. Okay, so that could not have worked better. Alright, we're gonna replace this shield, because it's a 2 by 2 for a 1 by 2, which still adds 7 block, but this one gives adjacent and diagonal armor plus block as well. So let's see what we can do here. We're gonna be a little clever. With that there, that there, that there, that there. So now this is 3 block. This is 2 block because it's getting a buff from this and a buff from this. We're going to move our ring over here. Keep our lucky ring. We have some more defense here. This is a right glove. So a right glove has to be placed, funnily enough, on the right side of the backpack. The more spaces to the left, the higher the defense value. So right now, it's a block of 1 because each space gives a quarter block. The great thing is with this game, a lot of the rounding that takes place is rounding up. So you're probably better off doing that. I'm also going to take this cleaver. It's a very basic item at the moment. There's other types of cleavers, and you can probably get a cleaver build run going, which is supremely good. These potions do a whole bunch of different things. We're going to skip over them. Go to the healer. And we're going to gain max health again for 8 coin. We got another healer. Dope. So this time we have 3 enemies. We're blocking for 8. Thanks to our shield, giving extra buffs here. Still can't kill this guy. These fights can go a little bit longer. I'm gonna do my best. Cool. You're dead. I'm not gonna attack this guy. It doesn't really matter. Can I take out... No, I can't. Doesn't matter. See, we could reorganize if we wanted to get this ring. Occasionally you get offers, right? We don't want to do that. We're blocking for 8. We take no damage this turn because he's dead. Attack. Attack. And again with the hatchet. We're shielding right now for 13. He dies, no problem. We level again. Another 3 spaces. I don't know where I want to put him. Actually, you know what? It's not going to make a difference to the block value of the glove. Let's just extend. Another hatchet. Interesting. Not a lot of stuff here. I'll take another hatchet, move the piggy bank over, and I'll take a dodge potion. Dodge potion's pretty cool. And then we'll take the bluefin as well to heal a little bit. Cool. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's a consumable pickup round, but that's okay. Healer again. Max health, of course. Luckily, we've been collecting tons of cash. And now we've got another slime that's going to attack us for 14. Still can't kill it. I'm going to block once. Attack, attack. We get him next turn. Easy, easy. So this symbol's a little bit different. He's going to summon some friends. I don't particularly want to let that happen. We attack twice, he's dead. Boom. Not super impressed with this pickup. Oh, I forgot to eat the bluefin. I'm a fool. I should have done that during my turn, because here you can't activate items, even if they cost no energy. Let's get rid of the piggy bank. Let's get rid of the bluefin. We'll get another spike. Keep the dodge potion. And I'm going to pick up this one here. Bandages at the end of every fight heals you for 3. Doesn't sound like a lot, but passive healing is huge in this game. Got another hatchet. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that guy, which costs energy to use, right? Only deals 3 damage anyway right now. Take the other hatchet. That gives us 4 attack. Now, these aren't very useful right now. This isn't the suitable build for it, but later on, maybe. Maybe we can switch to something else. Alright, this is a boss fight. Hooray! We finally get our first boss fight. So we obviously can't do 80 damage right now, but he's also not attacking us. He's summoning friends. So let's just attack. This is just an attack round. It's good first turn though. 55 from 80. No problem. Now we have a couple of bees to deal with. So we're going to block for 8. This is a little bit of math involved here. We're going to get attacked. 10. That's 21. That's 34 damage we're going to get attacked for. Plus a poison. Poison, remember, happens at the very top of the list. That's life point damage directly. Does not affect our shield, so blocking is irrelevant. We're blocking for 8. Let's see. I'm gonna go after the bees here. Yeah, I gotta control the crowd a little bit. Attack. Attack. Finish you off with a hatchet. Can I finish you off next turn? No. I'm gonna attack. He's gonna die when he attacks us. Oh, no, he's not if I use block potion. So I've expelled all my energy right now, and this is a perfect example of not preparing for what's coming. I will use my block potion, I think. I'm going to activate this once. That gives us 12 block. Activate that. I'm going to attack him twice. So now we have an extra buff down here. The next attack that comes in does 0 damage. So this is going to come in and we're going to dodge that. Nothing's going to happen. This guy's going to attack us for 13. We're going to take 1 damage. He does 11 to himself. This guy also kills himself, which is fantastic. And then he doesn't kill himself because he's dodging. We're dodging. Okay. And then we've got 1 poison coming in. It's not bad. It's not bad. We've mitigated most damage. Poison happens. We lose another health. This guy's going to try to curse us. Don't like that at all. I really want to lay the smackdown on this dude. I can't right now. So I'm going to have to attack. Again, finish off there. Attack, attack. And do as much as we can. 26 remaining. He's going to summon another bee. This time they're defended. He now has 32 defense. I can hit for... 21... 25. We're going to dodge again. We get 2 uses out of that bottle. This guy's going to be dodged. I'm going to focus all my energy on the bee this time. The queen bee. Almost dead. Actually, will kill himself. Cool. We win. Happy days. Cool. Get items. Now we get a boss relic item. These can be really, really strong or like average. Depends on how you want to use it. This particular one here, every time you... So it attaches itself to every weapon in your inventory. This is extremely strong for us. So for example, we put it here. When I use this, the damage goes up by 1. But that's for the entire combat. Like it's a legendary boss relic for a reason, right? But the great thing is we have 4 items here that are currently doing 1 damage each. After I use them once, the following turn, they're doing 2 damage each. You can see where that's going, right? That'd be the one I'd be inclined to take. Now next, let's have a look at this, the Tusk. All weapons get this effect applied. On use, this item gets anchored for 2 combats. Explain that. All weapons get +5 damage. It sounds amazing, and it is. However, we're still in the growth stage here. We want to be able to shuffle stuff around, right? What anchor does, it locks an item in place. You cannot move it. You cannot sell it. You're so limited in what you can do. And I think that would be more hurtful now than helpful. And the problem is it lasts for 2 combat. If your items are in a weird stage and you're not fully prepared to roll with that, it's best worth skipping. This final one, all weapons get this effect applied. For each adjacent gem, this item gets +1 damage. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see gems in action. However, there are builds that are revolved around gems. They can be additional damage. They can be adding poison, vampirism, heal on hit. There's a ton. Gems, like every other item, are sometimes only effective based on whether or not they're adjacent, whether they're diagonal. Some have to be 2 spaces away. The amount of thought that went into a lot of the stuff in this game is mind-blowing, and this is a web game. You can play it for free. Look, I'm gonna leave it there. That's the boss fight. You get a boss at the end of every 3 levels, and there's 3 biomes. There's a couple of alternate directions as well, but you need keys to get to those at the moment. I'm going to leave the links in the description, right? Go play it for free on itch. I think there may be an executable coming later this week. Back it on Kickstarter if you want to get it at a cheaper rate when it does launch on Steam. There is a Steam page as well. I'll link all the stuff in the description, and I'm not going to spoil anymore. I want you to play this for yourself. It's freaking amazing, and I am absolutely obsessed with this game. Folks, you've been amazing. I've been McQueeb. I'll see you again.